morning, everybody. I tried to do this in 3 minutes. Many topics in 3 minutes. Yes, so today we want to relate the factors for innovation with upscaling of innovation. So we think about, okay, how can we amplify the impact of innovations that we have discussed, for example, yesterday. So in the next slide, we see here how the groups are divided. And as André said, we divided the theme rooms today according to types of innovation, and that should, or here we want to show that innovation is not just about technologies such as the drones, using drones in forest planning or forest monitoring, but innovation can also be many other things, silviculture or reorganization or new forms of cooperation like among forest owners or along the value chains, the different value chains that we have in forest, but also new business models, marketing approaches, institutional support, so that would be institutional innovations, or social engagement. So we have many types here. And when we, on the next slide, when we think about scaling, a few words about what we understand by that. Next slide, please. So we use different terms such as replication or scaling or amplification of innovations. We can use those interchangeably, but what do we mean? There are different types of this scaling. So scaling up would mean that single initiatives grow bigger or to a larger level. Scaling out usually means to trigger the replication of innovations by others or in other regions. Scaling deep would be to improve the services of certain initiatives. And of course, sustainability is important. So the long-term stability of initiatives. So they need to have internally financial independence or some stable external support. And then, okay, so on the next slide, we then come back to the factors, because when we think about, okay, how can innovations and their growth be supported, we come back to the factors that we were working about yesterday. So like what inspired, knowledge, financing, collaboration, because the support measures relate to that. So these factors were the social aspects that we have discussed. And on the next slide, we see how support measures can relate to that. And so, because in a systemic understanding of innovation support, there are measures that relate to all those factors. So that is, for example, the provision of creative environment so that there is a motivation to innovate, or to provide information to improve knowledge and learning, or to provide financial incentives, or to support the coordination of the many different types of actors that we have heard a lot about yesterday. That was one of the, also for me, one of the most important insights, the many different actors that may be relevant and how to bring them together. Well, and I noted here that also regulatory improvements in laws may also support innovations and their scaling up, of course. So thank you for that. I want to bring, give this as a background for the discussions today.